Hello.
Hello.
How are you tonight?
I am doing all right. How are you?
Oh, I'm just living, as they say.
I'm just living.
Just keep living, as they say.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
What else can you want?
Well, I could go on, but that's for a different podcast. That's for like NPR or something.
That's fair. That's fair. We
Yes.
don't have that much time, Matt. We don't have that much time.
Very true. So this is a big question, and it's for the highly topical. What beer? What beer are we drinking?
What beer? Okay, so we have been buying in bulk, you might say.
Okay.
So we're going with the cheap kind. We're doing a Coors Banquet.
I love that it's banquet just so we can still be proper. Is it good beer?
Coors Banquet.
Is it
What?
is it a good beer at least?
I mean, it's all right. It's your standard cheap, light lagery beer. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a Spotted Cow. This is probably my fourth one I've had on the podcast. Have you ever had a Spotted Cow?
I have not, but I've heard nothing but good things. So it's kind of on my list.
I know it's in Wisconsin. It's like one of the three good things Wisconsin has.
It's true. Yeah,
Yes.
I've heard great things about Spotted Cow. I just have never actually gotten the chance to have one.
Highly recommend it. Two cows out of two udders out of two, as they say.
Well, don't cows have four? Well, they have four like teats, right?
You
I
know,
don't know.
That's a great question. I have not been on the barn in recent times, just because
Okay.
I've been busy. But
Right.
but I can tell you, it's cows are good.
It is true. Cows, they are good. They
Yes.
are good for many things.
Yes.
Yes.
Cows matter.
So,
Yes. I'm also eating Hyman's cookies. Ever had a Hyman's cookie?
no, I have questions about the name, but go ahead.
I think they're Irish, just by the name of
Okay.
Hyman. They're hard cookies. They're very crunchy, but they're delicious, I must say.
Ooh,
Yes.
I've been going on a real cookie binge with this whole like stay at home thing.
Yeah.
So like right before it was the stay at home order went in place, I went to Aldi, my favorite place.
Shout
you
out.
know.
Yeah.
Shout out. And they have something called Jaffa cakes twice a year.
Ooh.
Do you know what Jaffa cakes are?
No. What's a Jaffa cake?
Okay, it's a British like a cookie, but it's this kind of spongy cake with a little sort of orange jelly, and then topped with dark chocolate.
What the hell?
It is fucking delicious. It's my favorite thing. My boyfriend hates them. He
Okay.
thinks they taste weird. But I buy them in because Aldi only has them twice a year. Every time they have them, I buy them in bulk. I just buy like 4 boxes of them and have to try and ration myself. Because it was right before the stay-at-home order went in place, I only had room for 2 boxes, and we are coming down to like the final 4 Jaffa cakes, and
Well, it's so good as the boyfriend can at least just, let you have it. So there's no fights about it, at least.
you're right.
Yeah.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, more for me.
Yeah, he's like, go on. But I'm not going to fight with you on this. I have I have Coors Banquet beer to drink right now.
Yes, he does. Lots of them.
That's why is
But
it?
I am obviously dipping into that too.
Why is there only 2? Like they only have it 2 times a year. Why is that?
I don't know. It's. I mean, I think in Europe they're available all of the time. But I guess I know one of the times that they have them is like right around Oktoberfest.
Okay, that makes
So they
sense.
have all of the like German specialty things
Yeah.
come through, and I don't know why March is the other time. I don't know if it's just like
Pandemic Fest probably.
yeah.
I just
No,
they were.
but I know it's always like Oktoberfest and spring, and I'm
Okay.
always like on the lookout for my Jaffa cakes.
Looking high and wide for those Jaffa cakes.
Yes. God, I love them. They also come in raspberry, but I don't like the raspberry ones as much.
We don't talk about raspberries.
Yeah.
No, they're dead to me. Otherwise, how have you been during this entire lockdown isolation situation?
I've been, it's kind of like a mixed, like, bag. Like, every day is different. But, like, overall, I've been pretty good. I think the fact that I am naturally an introvert is suiting me very well right now. But, I mean, it also comes with the weird, overhanging feeling of, like, something really awful is going on in the world right now, but, you just can't see it. It's very strange, and not having, like, a schedule or a routine has been a little disruptive for me, I guess.
Are you at any point maybe experiencing cabin fever?
Not too much. I am getting out about 3 times a week to go check on some homes for my clients. Okay. So I am, like, getting out of my apartment. But I'm not having it the way that I'm seeing other people have it.
Yeah. No, I agree. My parents have no idea what days of the week it is anymore. So it's like, it's like every day I wake up and my parents are like, what day is this? And I'm like, it's hump day, Mom, because it's Wednesday. I still get to go to work, so that's why I still remember which day it is. So so luckily I'm on this 3-day isolation period before I go back in, because we may or may not have 2 people come in who potentially have the virus right now. So that was a little scary to deal with. Yeah, they came in.
Boy.
Yeah, they came in on Monday wearing masks, and they ask if we do testing, and then we don't, and they walked away. So we had to scrub that little space they're in, and I have no idea if they have it. But to be fair, I am currently in isolation and taking as many bubble baths as I can just to calm myself down. And I've been drinking a lot more just to make sure I go out with a bang.
Yeah. There is something, like, kind of just, like, being out in the world, and because this is an enemy that you can't see, right? It's so unknown and so invisible. Like, there's something very stressful about just, like, being out.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Every time I, like, come back to my apartment, I always have, like, a headache, and I'm, like, clenching my jaw just from the anxiety of being out in the unknown.
Jesus. Part of me, as someone who still watches The Walking Dead, which is probably the worst idea to do right now, because...
Probably not a good one.
Probably not a good one, because I think one of these days... we're either going to lose gas, so there's no more cars, it's just going to be horses and walking, and this whole virus is just going to turn into mad cow disease times 2. So I have to learn how to shoot a gun now, pretty much.
Right, which, me imagining you learning to do that it paints a fun picture.
Well, I must say, I was the captain of the water squirter team back in elementary school, so don't you worry.
So proud.
Yeah, so...
Well, we have Nerf guns here at our apartment, so
oh my
I would invite you over to practice, but that would break some rules.
Well, we have, as soon as I get in there, we'll stand 6 feet apart, and then we'll just start...
There you go.
Yeah, we'll just start shooting each other, and then we'll elbow pound and... air cheers, and then I'll be on my way.
Perfect.
There we go. We're going to break the mold, people. You can still have Nerf war fights. Oh, that's...
Same times the Nerf starts after.
Oh, my gosh. Is it like date night, then, at the apartment with you and the boyfriend? Is it just Nerf war themed every time?
We haven't really gotten into Nerf wars yet. We've done a whole lot of Super Mario 3D World. Um, yeah,
I
but
love it.
it's I am glad that I do have somebody that I am you know with during this time instead of just kind of alone in my own apartment. I
Oh, for
think that
sure.
would
No,
that would get a
yeah,
little bonko.
yeah,
I'm
right.
feeling for my friends who are in that situation now.
Oh gosh. Well, I can tell you this: since the suspension has been extended to the 30th, you have plenty of time, so you can get on that Nerf war fight anytime.
Yeah.
So you have you have 29 days until this is over. So
Absolutely. Oh yeah, the Nerf guns have been brought up from our storage space in the basement. Like we are prepared. The artillery is ready.
oh good. So have you checked in with your folks at all? You know how they're doing?
Yeah, I have. And I was born later in my folks' life. So I'm the last of four, and
Oh
so
wow.
they're much older than the parents of most people my age. So it's kind of it's a little scary.
Yeah.
But the good news is that they are in a rural part of North Carolina, and the county my mom lives in hasn't had any confirmed cases of
Oh wow.
COVID-19.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, so and the county my dad lives in has had a few, but they both live away from the main towns, and like and I've been like, you're staying home, right? Like you've got everything you need. Like just stay put. So so far so good.
That's good. What's the situation
Yeah.
like in North Carolina? They're not shut down, are they?
I think they were going into the same sort of stay at home, shelter in place situation,
Yeah.
maybe starting this past weekend.
Okay.
I can't remember exactly, but yeah.
That's okay. I always ask because I always feel like, well, every state's on lockdown, but I think there's only Illinois, New York, and California that are officially on lockdown. I think Florida actually just announced today that they're going to go on lockdown, I think, starting this weekend. So,
You would have thought that Florida would have been like one of the first with all of the
seriously.
retirement communities that they have there, but
I don't, yeah, it took them a while actually for them to have cases, right? Am I crazy?
right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I think what Indiana is rising up in cases and deaths, so pretty soon they're gonna probably start locking down. But who knows at this point?
Oy.
I know.
Yeah.
Every week they always tell us this week's going to be the worst week, or this week's going to be the worst week. Like last week,
Right.
some U.S. surgeon said this week's going to be bad, and then this week they're saying get ready, the next 2 weeks are going to be even
Right.
worse, 100 to 200,000. I'm like, well, how much worse can it get?
Right.
It's
And there's only so much like we can do, like we're doing everything that we can as individuals, just staying home and washing the shit out of our hands, like
right.
what else can you do?
I know. It was. I think I woke up yesterday to the report of someone. I forgot who, so I'm not going to say the name. That they're seeing glimmers of hope of this social distancing working, and I was like, "Oh, good. This is going to probably end soon." And then a couple hours later is when they extended the shutdown. I'm like, "Well, that was bittersweet."
Yeah. Well, I mean, the fact that it's working, or they hope.
Yeah.
I mean that's probably more indication that they should extend it.
Yeah. I
So
get
they're
it.
like, well, it's starting to work. I guess we'll call that off.
Yeah, we'll keep going. What are your thoughts on the governor? I ask this because, as someone who lacks knowledge in politics, that this is like the first time I've paid a close eye on him. And I think and I'm just very curious to see what other people's opinions are about him.
Yeah, he's been very interesting to watch, and not just in this scenario, but as soon as he got into office, he started surprising me because when he was running his campaign, I was um, I was very wary of him. I did not really trust him. I thought he was somebody who just happened to have a whole lot of money to run a political campaign, and had gotten somebody to tell him the right things to say to get elected. But then he ended up winning and coming into the governor's office, and even from the get-go, like, the first thing he did was start moving towards making recreational marijuana legal, and attached to that, expunging records of people who were in jail and prison for minor marijuana charges, which surprised me. I was like, oh, shit, he's actually doing the thing that he said he was going to do. And then he's just continued to prove himself as a strong leader and somebody who has the guts to stick up for the people of his state and stand up to the federal government.
That's cool.
I've been impressed with how he's handled all of this, actually.
That's great. No, I was having I knew of him when he got elected, and I couldn't go a day without watching his ads on TV or the internet. So
oh my God, yeah.
I get it.
I was like, Pritzker, go away.
We get it. You like the Blackhawks. You live in Chicago. So the fact that people are starting to like him, and so that's good. Because the only thing I saw thus far was him responding to our president's tweets, and someone saying, do we want someone having a fight with another person on Twitter? Which I get, but like you said, I like that he's standing up for us, and he's not. Yeah, I don't know. I like him, but I guess I have to keep learning about politics.
Yeah, I saw that there was a lot of concern when they first decided to do the stay-at-home ordinance about people who were in jails or incarcerated, and it was like, well, how do they do this social distancing? And there are people who are, you've got like, I think it's called the cash bail thing, where you have to have like a certain amount of money cash to bail yourself out. And if you don't have that, then you're in jail waiting for your court date. And it's like how these people could be innocent, and then like some people are in jail for blah blah blah, blah. Prison reform, justice reform, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But there was a lot of concern about what to do for the people who were in those situations who couldn't have the liberty of social distancing. So I'm curious to see what's going to be done about that, or maybe something has been done about that, but it's kind of gone under my radar with all the other shit that's happening.
Yeah, I don't know. I always, as someone who goes therapy weekly starting a couple weeks ago, it's very nice.
Yay.
Yeah, I know, right? It's very nice to talk about my overwhelming feelings about the world right now weekly, because it's so helpful. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Is it easy for you to talk about what you feel weekly?
It has been in the past. Right now, my therapy, unfortunately, something happened because I go to a health center that uses interns, and something happened with the intern who was my counselor, and she was unable to continue her internship, which was a real fucking bummer.
Yeah.
So I miss her a lot, but my counseling got cut short right before all of this kind of blew up, and so this health center is kind of struggling to like figure out what they want to do and how they're going to proceed to take care of all of their patients and all of their clients. So I'm just kind of like, because I'm in an okay space, I'm just like, how about you take care of people who need it a little bit more than me, and I'll like get back at you in a couple of months. But to answer your question, I sometimes I find it hard to like focus on what about it is troubling me, I guess, because there's so much. And then I also got into the habit of tuning a lot of it out just for the sake of my own sanity,
That's
I
good.
guess.
Yeah.
Which that didn't feel right to me either. You know, you want to be informed and you want to, you want to engage with the world on the same level as some of your peers, but it's like you can't engage on that level on everything and maintain like a healthy emotional state, really. So it's hard to like pick through it, and it's always been hard for me to be like to like parse that out, I guess.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I like you was try to be on the same platform as everyone, but I think as soon as it started and then everything shutting down, I couldn't handle it anymore. And so I've had to, delete my Facebook app off my phone. I've had to like very little go on Facebook now just because I can't read another article or another opinion from someone, because if I do, I will get very overwhelmed of this is the way it's going to go. It's 2016 all over again. I'm seeing one opinion, I'm seeing another opinion. It's just too much for me to read. So I couldn't do it. I couldn't deal with it.
Yeah, and I think there was a lot of, I felt that way too, especially when, like the day that COVID-19 was declared a pandemic, it was like, it just exploded on the internet and exploded in the media. And like, it's not like it happened as like at the snap of a finger, you know? We had been working up until this moment, but because that word was associated with it, something just like kind of flipped in people's brains. And it was so overwhelming, and like watching people almost feed off of each other's panic, especially through social media. I was just like, I gotta go. So I definitely had to start like limiting my time on social media.
So what you're saying is you found a random dog, stole it from that person, and then immediately walked with it just to get away from your problems, correct?
Yeah, and then I brought it back, and I was like, okay, so this is my rate. If you can give that to me now, that'd be so great. But like, here's my Venmo because I'm not taking cash right now.
Good for you. We're still the amount of times I've taken cash from people at the Walgreens, it's beyond crazy. So good for you oh
my gosh.
No, good for you.
Are they letting you wear gloves and stuff?
Not anymore.
What?
Yeah, so there's a theory going around that since we place our gloves after every customer, that we are carrying those germs, and then we're passing on to the products or to the cash back we give back to our customers, or from when we wipe things down. So we are told to not wear gloves and just sanitize our hands as often, and then wipe down the counters after every customer.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's why I'm not on the register as often, because I will want to wear gloves, especially after this potential case came in our store. So I'm a little triggered and curious to see how my first day back will be like. So stay tuned, listeners. Who knows?
Yeah. Who's to say?
Yeah, it might be a 2-hour episode on Friday. It might just be me.
Oh my gosh.
You know what? This podcast is like my therapy every night.
Good.
Yeah, so that's how I'm able to stay sane every day, is to have a different person to talk to. So
totally.
Yeah. So Elise, that's your real name. I keep calling you Anne. But
I'll respond to either.
we met during Richard III last fall.
Did.
Yes,
Yes, we did.
you played Little Lady Anne.
Little sassy, sad lady Anne.
And I was Nigel Norfolk, aka just Norfolk. Carl the Killer, aka Murder One, and then
No, M1.
yeah,
M1.
and one, and Gunther the Guard, aka Guard Number One.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I'm always curious to talk to people about their time working on a show a couple of months later. What do you remember from that show?
Oh my gosh. The good things I remember, there were a few like select people that I like really bonded with. You were one of them. Would highly recommend Nigel Norfolk taking that.
I don't even. I think the Nigel Norfolk thing just came out of spite. You just said. I think someone said, "What's your name?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm Nigel Norfolk." I was trying to do like a bad Tim Curry impression from when he did the Wild Thornberries,
Amazing.
and I think I was like, "All right, I guess it's just Nigel Norfolk," because I don't think
Nigel Norfolk.
Nigel Norfolk, and then I think Gunther the Guard and Carl the Killer just sort of came on the spot. I'm like, all right, what's a really cheesy first name that goes with Killer and Guard? Gunther and Carl.
Coral.
Carl. Shout out Walking Dead. See, you still gotta watch it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad for 10 seasons.
For 10th season?
It's 10 seasons, but they couldn't finish their season finale because of the pandemic. So they have one episode left, and now I have to wait. Who knows until they finish that last episode. So
Oy.
I know, but that was such a
They
fun
have
show.
to play in a closet, everybody.
Well, we had the hallway, the dressing room that was very tiny, and then we had the closet right in the middle of the stage, or in the back of the stage. I was never in that closet. Gratefully, was never in that closet. Which apparently I missed out. I missed out on a great time, apparently.
It was alright. I mean, there was a lot of me like sitting back there and sobbing, but like,
Yeah.
it's fun.
Because what, you had only one scene in Act 1, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and then you came out and you had, then you died in Act 2, and then you become a ghost. Spoiler alert.
Right. I have a scene in Act 2 on the steps of the prison.
Oh, yes.
where I find out Richard is being coronated. And then I die, and then I'm a ghost, and then
And that was only Tuesday. Oh!
yeah. A long week for Anne.
She needs to just get out more. When this pandemic's over, she needs to go to a spa.
Yeah, she got quarantined with the wrong person.
You have a theater company, or you're part of a theater company, correct?
I am, yeah. I co-founded Theater Evolve a couple of years ago with my friend Anna Rachel Troy.
Okay.
And so we have our little group of company members and artistic associates, and we were set to open a show this week.
Okay.
We were supposed to open a show called Krugazor by Will Coleman on April 3rd. And we obviously got maybe 3/4 of the way through the rehearsal process, and everything started percolating with COVID-19. And so we canceled a week of rehearsal first, and then we all put our heads together and decided, like, this isn't going to happen, even if it is only 2 weeks of social distancing, then and like theaters are able to be back open. By the time that April 3rd rolls around, people aren't going to be willing to go out and go see theater. You know, people are still going to be scared. And we think that people need to see the show, and it would be heartbreaking for people to not So we have a backup plan,
Okay.
and we are going to be producing it in January, February of 2021.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and I at least am super, super grateful and relieved that we have a backup plan and like a space to do it in, and like the show is going to get done
That's
because
great.
you look around and so many theater companies had to shut down and shutter shows in Tech Week that may never see an opening night.
Yeah.
And that's heartbreaking. I think that was one of the most heartbreaking things for me as a member of the Chicago theater community. It was just like watching everybody have to grieve shows that were cut short or aren't going to happen or whatever. So I have a little grief for Cruiser as well, but I'm just glad that it's see you later instead of goodbye forever.
Yeah. I watched a Steppenwolf conference yesterday, and they were asked, what do you think the response is to theater in general when this is all over? And then someone said, I think the appetite for theater is going to be greatly enriched. And that got me very curious of like, oh my God, yeah, there's going to be this craving of live performances again, and I think that's going to be so exciting. Maybe not immediately. I don't think when this is immediately over, but give it time, and the growth of attendance and shows in general is just going to skyrocket. And I can't wait to several months down the line when hopefully this is all over. The grow of theater comes back.
Yeah. I hope that's the case too, and like that's the dream that's the case, because we're all relying on the arts right now to keep us grounded in this super, super weird time. And I think there's something about theater too that is not present in going to see a movie or watching TV.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it's a communal experience, and that's something that we're all kind of starved for right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just a communal experience with the audience that you might get from going to see a movie, but it's a communal experience with the artists and the designers and everybody who is involved with creating this piece of theater. Mm-hmm. And there's been studies that show that like people's heartbeats and breath patterns sync up in an audience when they're watching theater.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's super, super cool. And I think that's something that we're all missing and starved for right now. So I am hoping that like this shows a swing back toward the interest of live theater.
If only we saw Bug.
If only we saw Bug. I know.
Oh well. It's okay. I got my tickets for the last weekend, and then obviously.
Oh no.
I know. I was so mad. But
I heard it was incredible.
Yeah. Thanks for rubbing it in. No, you're good.
I didn't get to see it either.
That's true. So we're in the same boat. So it's all right.
Right.
Yeah. Oh well.
Right.
But Elise, do you want to do a game?
I would love to do a game.
Okay.
What kind of game is it?
Well, since I know you listen to my other podcasts every episode, Live Now, Are Your Parents Proud of You? Shout out. We do a game called Time for Two. And this is a game where I give you 2 minutes on the clock, and it's a bunch of icebreaker questions. And there is no right or wrong answer. I'm just curious to see what your opinion is to every question.
Okay, so it's like this or that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Let me take a swig of beer. Hold on.
Okay, take a sip of beer. I'm going to take a bite of this Hyman's cookies. Shout out Joe Lasco.
Yum.
Okay.
Yum.
Okay, here we go. 2, 1. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Favorite TV show?
Parks and Rec.
karaoke song of choice?
Oh, I don't really do karaoke.
What's something you tried that you'll never ever try again?
Ooh, that fermented fish that's eaten in Denmark.
Would you rather have unlimited sushi or unlimited tacos for life?
Tacos.
Describe your life using one word.
Unsure.
The best part of waking up is.
It's still Folgers in your cup. It's still coffee.
There you go. How do you feel about pineapple on a pizza?
Yes.
Okay. If not this, what other occupation?
Archaeologist.
What's your typical bedtime?
11.
Do you have an alcoholic drink of choice?
I am a beer girl. I like wheat beers.
Okay. Do you play video games?
Yes, but not very well.
Okay. Fruit salad or hot potato?
Wait, what was that?
Fruit salad or hot potato?
Hot potato?
Emoji of choice.
Wait, what?
Emoji of choice.
Emoji of choice is the one that's like got its teeth bare, like ooh.
Ever been kicked out of a bar?
No.
Is there a house on the rising sun?
Sure.
Got milk?
Yes.
Would you marry Mothman?
Mothman?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't pick that question.
I don't know who that is.
Okay,
so
cool.
Probably not.
Okay, cool. Who framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh, it's been a really long time since I watched that movie.
Ooh. Okay. How deep is your love?
So deep.
Okay, last question. Favorite ABBA song?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I guess it's Dancing Queen. I don't really listen to ABBA.
There, we'll take it. We'll take it. Oh, that was the best thing I've ever heard. Favorite ABBA song? Oh, Jesus.
Me just not knowing these cultural references. Like, what the fuck is Mothman? Like the X-Files creature? What?
You know what? Here's what I'll do. I will fact check Mothman, and then during my conclusion, I'll mention who Mothman is, and then when this is all edited and stuff, you'll be the first to know.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
No problem. Elise, I can't think of a better person I want to be with right now during this pandemic. So, Annie, thank you again. Annika. Oh, I forgot I did that too.
I know.
Oh, I was.
Now we're just bringing all of your listeners into our inside joke.
I know.
Lucky them. Lucky them. Yeah, and then I think it was Carl. No, maybe it was Gunther. Gunther was the baker, right?
Yes.
And Carl was like writing children's books.
Yep. Oh, Gunther the guard wanted to be a baker, but he has to pay the bills, so he has to go be Anne's guard.
Listen, I had a strong emotional connection to my guard. Shout out to Catherine.
Oh, I forgot how funny that was. Oh, and I just want to do the show again. I'm growing my mustache back out right now just for this episode. So it's
excellent.
I know it's nothing much right now. It's like a baby caterpillar, so it's not. It hasn't matured yet.
Well, now is the right time to like be growing your facial hair when nobody else can see you.
Seriously, my dad's growing out a goatee, and that's also the reason why I have the mustache. It's one of my parents hate the mustache when I had it, so it's one of those I'll shave when he shaves kind of a thing. So
my hair is turning into a mullet very quickly.
Oh my God, you could be like David Bowie.
Or like MacGyver.
No, you're David Bowie. I'm saving you right now. You're David Bowie.
Oh, I love MacGyver, but sure, I'll be David Bowie.
You're like, oh, okay. Okay, no judge. I think I have a MacGyver DVD box set somewhere in my house.
Ooh, lucky you.
I know. Well, I must ask, is it the new MacGyver or the old MacGyver?
Oh, old MacGyver.
Okay, good.
I didn't even set foot into the new MacGyver. I was like, this is trash. I'm out.
Good. You're still on my good side.
Oh, yeah.
Elise, if you need anything, let me know, and I will, of course, drop it off 6 feet away from you. Okay?
Thank you so much, Nigel.
Hey everyone, thanks again for listening to this episode of You Have a Minute, a daily isolated podcast. I changed the title. I decided to try something new with it. As you can tell, I'm experimenting with different guests and different lengths, and obviously a title. But I kind of like this title a little bit more. We'll see. Tell me what you think if you comment on the show. My thanks to Elise Soeder for calling and talking to me. She's a delight, as always, and I always love talking to her. And I hope you enjoy listening to her because she's a fantastic person. As always, stay safe, wash your hands, and I hope all of you are well. Take care.